Is death or even failure possible in your favorite TTRPG? And when it does happen, is it any fun? Have you gone and homebrewed something special for your table and maybe even made your own game with a really cool mechanic around it? Well, before you go and run to the comments and share, I'd like for us to take just a quick minute and I want to show you a really fun way that we can talk as a community about these death mechanics. Hello, I'm Ricky Rivera, co-designer of the Indominant TTRPG. And before we get into today's topic about the Tabletop Community Spotlight, wanted to talk about our Backerkit campaign. I wanted to let you know that if you like this video and any of the mechanics behind it, that you can definitely still go into our pre-order store from our Backerkit campaign and pre-order the Supers Information Codex, our first core rulebook for the Indominant Superhero TTRPG. As of the release of this video, all of our backers have already received their very first playtest packet, which expands from our free rules of levels 1 through 5 all the way up to level 10. New talents, new species, and new powers. Really excited to get a lot of feedback behind that and to be able to deliver on the Supers Information Codex next year. Thanks for your patience. Let's talk about the best way for you to share your ideas around death and failure mechanics. Peter from Tales from Elsewhere and Odin Gaming is partnering up again for a new TTRPG design challenge. This is now called the Tabletop Community Spotlight, and it's a continuation of the design challenge that we did before, Get Barbaric. After the huge success of the Get Barbaric design challenge, we definitely wanted to bring it back, but we also wanted to make it more open to the entire TTRPG community. We're looking to run challenges every quarter, or at least as much as we can keep up with. Last time we got almost 40 submissions, and we're looking to grow that event even more so that we can get more indie designers in and continue the conversation as a whole community. So let's talk about the rules real quick. Number one, this is open to anyone to submit. If you're designing your own new TTRPG or you have a favorite niche TTRPG and just want to share more about the mechanics, we want to hear about it. Especially if you've gone in, maybe did some really cool homebrew rules around it, made it something fun, whether it be big or small, we want to hear about it. Next rule, post your submission. It's not that it's required for it to be posted on some kind of public forum or anything like that. It's more so that we do need to have something that is either viewable or shareable live when we actually show it on a live stream. We usually recommend it be like a YouTube live or a YouTube short, perhaps a document, something that we can actually bring up again. But regardless, it's something that you can post in the Tales from Elsewhere Discord server, our Indominant Discord server, or even just message Peter, myself, or Zarek on all of Discord as well. Either way, we just want to be able to share your work or your idea and have fun together talking about it. If you post it on YouTube, make sure to actually put the hashtag of Tabletop Community Spotlight and also mention Tales from Elsewhere and Odin Gaming. That way we're notified of your submission and we'll quickly put it in a playlist and when we can go through it live together. The next big rule is that you have a 5-minute length maximum. Whether it's a YouTube video or Word document, we need to be able to go through it within 5 minutes. If you do a longer video and maybe have a certain portion of it that you need us to go through, just go ahead and point out what portion of the video we should focus on when we're doing a live stream. As well as if you submit a Word document, try to read it out loud to yourself and see if it takes you about 5 minutes to go through, as that's about how much time it'll take us to go through. Now this is going to be really strict because the last time with those 40 different submissions, we had many that were super long and unfortunately some that were super short. So we want to make sure that we can get a lot of fun detail in there. So trying to keep it a 5 minimum length max and just have fun with it overall. Lastly, the deadline. Your deadline is June 30th of this year. You need to get that over to Peter, Zarek, or I, or even have it again posted online for us to be able to review. The live stream event will be in the first week of July, so by the time you're hearing this, You want to get running on this as soon as you can. That way we can get all our submissions together and ready for that stream. If you want an example of what a submission would look like, stay tuned right here as I'm going to go ahead and record what our submission is for the challenge. Hello, I'm Ricky Rivera, co-designer of the Indominant Superhero TTRPG, where supers can team up together to overcome challenges, help during natural disasters, and be able to actually stop the evil villains' plans all across the galaxy. This is a grounded superhero game set in a sci-fi universe in the far future, where supers can ultimately go in and do some crime fighting, perhaps face some massive monsters, and maybe help to save technology and science throughout the galaxy. And unfortunately, that can lead to death or potential failures. Before we talk about the death of a super, let's talk about a couple things like health, being downed, and how injury levels work. Health is simply a numerical representation of how much damage a super can take before they succumb to their injuries. When a super is brought to 0 health, they lose immediately all negative status effects. All positive status effects are downed and also gain 1 injury level. While downed, a super can still actually do a set list of actions that can help out their allies before their potential demise. Every time a downed super takes another hit, or they are downed by the end of their turn, they take 1 additional injury level. The down status effect continues to be in play until the super is actually brought back to at least 1 HP, and even then, they're knocked down until they can get back up at the beginning of their next turn. Each injury level actually reduces the current HP, the maximum HP, and shield points of the super by the amount of injury level that they currently have. Here's the big kicker. If a super receives 5 injury levels and doesn't receive advanced treatment within 1 hour, the super dies. Supers can only reduce their injury level by consumable items or by actually resting for 8 hours consecutively per injury level, or finally by actually visiting an advanced treatment facility or a hospital. Now, resting is described in our game system primer. It's mostly where a super doesn't do more than just laying down, resting, relaxing for an amount of time equal to at least 8 hours. Advanced treatment is essentially a kind of medical treatment or a specialized actual repair or some kind of actual surgery that a super must receive. This is more through roleplay and, comic editor can come up with different areas and so on. But overall, it is somewhere that is not very easy to get to or accessible to get to. It's somewhere that you must actually reach in order to be able to actually receive that kind of treatment. The reason we keep permanent death as part of the Indominant TTRPG is that we feel that as a superhero, it's something that can make a super be, well, super heroic. It really is a fact that supers will overcome or even face head-on the most supernatural or immense kind of challenges out there, putting their own safety, their own risk and life actually out on the line for their family, their friends, their loved ones, the people that they care about, the people that they believe in. And leaving it all on the floor can be very heroic in that sense then. Real superheroes will push themselves to the very bitter end as much as possible to save as many lives as possible. We see the type of superheroes that are kind of like unkillable gods to just not be able to be something that's fun to play as. If you're constantly not challenged or something that you just know that it's just another safe day for you, then it's something that's not really going to push you forward or push that super forward in any kind of way to accomplish amazing tasks. And ultimately, when a character does actually die, well, the player can actually go and create another super. Perhaps the super is actually directly related to that super, or perhaps they were long lost and looking for them. Those kind of things can lead to great roleplay examples at the table and can be a way for that super to actually jump in, that new super to jump into a challenge that this group is now facing later on in the roleplay or at the game table itself. That's it for the Indominant Tabletop Community Spotlight. I can't wait to see yours. Remember to tag #Tabletop Community Spotlight in your post as well as come join us in chatting it up on the TFE and the Odin's Key Gaming Discord channel. Super excited to be able to do another design challenge and to see all the amazing submissions that are going to roll through this time. And again, thank you so much, Peter, for the amazing partnership that we've been able to build up between our communities. This is going to be fun. I can't wait for it, and really, really excited for the growth of the entire TTRPG community as we go into the summer of 2025. But with that, all that said, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon, supers.